In the last video, I have shown you Chlamydomonas. Do you remember Chlamydomonas? Do you remember? What is the body color? Green. Green due to what? Chlorophyll. And similarly, this flagella helps it to swim. Can go from one place to another and other place. Right? It can go from one place to another place. Right? So this feature that it can go from one place to, this is the feature of an animal. Right? Whereas this green color, due to chlorophyll, it can carry on photosynthesis. This feature is plant. In the last video, I asked you whether will you keep this living being into the class of animals or plants. Some of you are smarter. You have referred the book now, I think. Right? And you'll say you'll keep it in plants because your book shows it is in plants. Right? Yes. When you go to your higher level of studies, you will not keep this in plants. Though up to your higher level also we study this because of chlorophyll, we study this living being into plants category, into a group called algae. But it's not so. Because of this confusion, I will take you one more example. It will be better clear for you. You see this. Just see this. I am drawing the figure of. You see, this is another marine life form. Marine life form means the life form in the sea. Right? Now seeing this is fixed. And name of this one is, name of this living being is Hydra. Right? Seeing this, what appears? It appears because it is fixed at one place, and being fixed at one place means plants. Right? But at the same time, this is not green in color. Means heterotrophic. The mode of nutrition is being fixed is property of plants. Being heterotrophic means nutrition dependent on other life forms, feature of animals. Again, confusion like this previous Chlamydomonas. Again, you have confusion with this Hydra. Where will you keep them? So the disputes or clarity of where to keep this. In the year 1969, will you remember? A biologist named Robert H. Whittaker. He just proposed for a different kind of classification where he told that all living beings, because living beings cannot be accommodated just into two classes, plants and animals, because in this world has some living beings which have some properties similar to plants and some properties similar to animals in the same life form. So what Robert H. Whittaker suggested or proposed another way of classifying living beings, and that type of classification, he told that all living beings should be kept in 5 different classes so that all living beings can be accommodated and systematically studied. And first group he told it was Monera. The second one he said Protista. And the third one he said fungi. And the previous one he already written kingdom Plantae and Animalia. So this plant and animal here he retained, whereas he added three more kingdoms, three more classes or three more groups, you can say Monera, Protista, Fungi. So in this lesson you have to basically study about what kind of, these are the 5 kingdoms. So groups are or classes are named as, we use the word kingdom for that. So living beings are classified into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5. 5, right? So this system of classification in biology that was proposed by Robert H. Whittaker in the year 1969, this is known as 5 kingdom. You know, kingdom? 5 kingdom classification. So earlier how many kingdoms? Only 2, plant and animal. Right? That was proposed by another scientist, another naturalist or biologist, you can say Linnaeus. Well, later on, this is suggested by Robert H. Whittaker when we developed sophisticated tools and devices to explore more varieties and kinds of living beings from the microscopic world. We have come across such type of life forms, and these life forms they had the properties of the animals as well as the plants. So it was a bit confusing state among the scientists and scholars where to keep them, whether to keep them in plants or animals. Based on this dispute, to overcome this dispute or confusion, later on in the year 1969, it was Robert H. Whittaker who suggested 5 kingdom classification. You know, kingdom in history, you may have it, kingdom is the whole of the area or empire of a king, right? Means a large number of different kind of people or living beings live. Similarly, this Monera it is not including very few, means a huge number of living beings are included in Monera. So you must know what kind of animals. As in the beginning I have told you the feature of plants and animals. Similarly, here you will see the feature of Monera. Monera means they were single celled. Single celled means they had only one cell. Right? About the cell you have already read. Means they are very small, microscopic. You know the size of a cell is taken in microns. Means 10 to the power 6 minus 6 meters. Right? 10 to the power minus 6 meter is the size of this Monera single cell. Second feature, they are prokaryotic. Prokaryotic, pro means primitive or beginning or lacking. Karyotic means karyotic. Karyo is taken from the word karyon. Karyon meaning nucleus. So these cells with weak nucleus or not well defined nucleus, they are called as prokaryotic, right? And the third thing is, so dear student, prokaryotic I have told you means the cells with the nucleus will not be defined there. Some people say without nucleus. That is not correct to say without nucleus, because the nucleic material that remain present in the cell, but that is scattered throughout, right? So that is scattered. So this is very prominent thing that you must note, that Monera includes such microscopic life form which are prokaryotic in feature, means their cells they don't have well defined nucleus. Here you see prokaryotic may be asked to you sometime. Prokaryotic means these cells don't have well defined nucleus, right? The cells they don't have well defined nucleus. They are called and the cells, the kind of cells that we are very complicated, most developed of the life forms, and our cells are called as eukaryotic. So these terms you must know. Eukaryotic means the cells with a well-defined nucleus, right? The cells, they don't have well-defined nucleus, they are called prokaryotic, and the cells which have well-defined nucleus, the kind of cells that what is a well-defined, suppose this is the cell, you can just show that this one is nucleus, right? But in a prokaryotic cell, this is cell, and whatever materials are present in the cell, some of them will be scattered. If I ask you just level the cell in a prokaryotic, level the nucleus in a prokaryotic cell, you will not able to say. As here in this cell, you can easily locate that this one is nucleus. But in a prokaryotic cell, you can't show where is the nucleus. But this nucleic material remain present. Otherwise, without nucleic material, a cell will be a dead cell, right? So some people say that some of the nucleus, some of the cells, they don't have the nucleus. That is an errorful sentence. Well, exactly it is, they have nucleic material, but that is not well defined. Clear? So a cell with that is lacking a well defined nucleus is a prokaryotic, whereas with well defined is nucleus. So Monera includes the life forms that have prokaryotic cell, right? Regarding habitat, habitat means where they live. Most of them are aquatic. You know, life started in water, so most of them, these are the beginners of the life. Like most of them are aquatic, but they may be parasitic also in the body of other animals, or they may be in the soil also, they may be in the air also, but most of them are aquatic. Generally, they occupy nearly all possible habitat, right? Generally, they occupy all possible habitat, means they may be found in the body of another animal, they may be in the soil also, they may be in the water also, they may be in the on the clothes also, on the non-living things, or wherever you can just think of a living place, they may be present there, right? Just move to the next higher group. Now what changes? This next group is Protista. They may be single or multi-celled. Multi means many cells may make their body, more than one cell. This is the trend. You see the development in the nature, or the mother nature, how it made the living beings from single cell now multi-cell, 2 cells maybe there or more cells. Another thing is now this change in the cell structure also. These monerans, they had prokaryotic, whereas protists, they have eukaryotic. Remember, eukaryotic. Eukaryotic, I have told you what is an eukaryotic cell. The cells with a well-defined, remember this word, well-defined nucleus. So the second group of living beings, that is known as protists. These protists, they include the eukaryotic. Their habitat, regarding their habitat, they also have similar habitat as the monerans. They may be aquatic, or nearly all possible habitats they may be present, and they also may be parasitic, or they may be present in any of the. And regarding nutrition, you see some of them are autotrophic in the mode of nutrition, or some of them are heterotrophic in the mode of nutrition, right? Do you follow? The third thing is the third group. Now you see the trend of improvement. Now in this, fungi included all multicellular, right? This included all multicellular, and remember, all eukaryotic. In fungi, all eukaryotic. Now the trend eukaryotic, all the living beings. Further, plant also eukaryotic cells, animally also eukaryotic. But what is the major difference between plant cell and animal cell? Do you remember? I told the plant cells, they have the cell wall, whereas the animal cells, they don't have the cell wall. And the last thing that we see in fungi. Now here, at this level, the possibility of autotropism and heterotropism, means either self-making of food or dependent on other life forms regarding the food. Whereas in this fungi, what came? is all are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic. Remember this, all fungi, they are dependent on other life forms for their nutrition. They regarding this heterotrophism means they are dependent on the other life forms for their food. Maybe say the rotten things you may have seen. Sometimes during this rainy season, white color, cottony or hair-like appearance develop on your food, or the stale food that you just throw. You may have seen on chapatis or leather goods if not touched in this because of this, or on wood you can see white color, or mushrooms that you eat. Mushrooms are included in this fungi. You know, mushrooms are edibles, but make sure that the edible ones you are eating, because some of the mushrooms are so poisonous. Don't go with all mushrooms, because some of the mushrooms are so poisonous that person cannot live after eating to tell the taste. Some are killers. So remember, don't use the mushrooms. If you are using, be sure that they are edible ones, right? And these truffles or mushrooms, some of the mushrooms are very costly also in this world. Some of the mushrooms here in the market you go and purchase, you get for 100 or 200 rupees a kilo. But some of the mushrooms, they are per kilo. 1 kg of mushroom will cost somehow 1 million rupees. 1 million. Isn't it amazing about the mushrooms? Some mushrooms means if a family brings 2 kg of mushroom, edible mushroom of this kind that I am talking of, will be equivalent to the cost of, say, a small car, Maruti car, that Maruti 800 like that in our country, right? Some 4 lakh rupees. Like that is the cost of 2 kilo of mushrooms. Just to think of that. And next come to the next group, plant. I have told you the feature of plant. All plants are green in color, autotrophic in the mode of nutrition, fixed at one place. These are and their cells have the cell wall. And in the previous video I have told you. Regarding the animals also I have told you the feature. Their cells, they don't have the cell wall. They are not autotrophic in the mode of nutrition. They go from one place to another place. I have told you the reason also why they go from one place to another place, right? So these are the different aspects of 5 kingdom that the Robert H. Whittaker suggested in the year 1969, right? So you must know the feature of all these 5 kingdom. Today what you have to do is that Monera, you will write this, all these 5 are called kingdom. So, and this classification that was suggested by Robert H. Whittaker is a 5 kingdom classification system, right? So here Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So I must note the feature of this, and I will tell you the example also in this. In Monera you can know the group of living beings, that is bacteria. You may have heard of bacteria. When you hear this word bacteria, my God, you are afraid, because bacteria, when you hear, you say they will cause the disease. It's not so. Remember, it's not so. About 95% of the bacteria, they are our friends, right? So don't develop a sense of hatred towards bacteria. About 95% of bacteria, they are our friends. Only because of this 5%, they may cause diseases to human beings and our croplands and other life forms of this earth, right? But most of the bacteria, about 95% of the bacteria, they are our friends. We get yogurt, that is curd, cheese you get, butter you get, right? Our antibiotics we get. It is because of the help of the bacteria, right? If bacteria causes the disease, other kind of bacteria, they help us in removing that disease. So remember, these bacteria are not our enemies. Just 5% of them causes diseases, troubles. Rest 95%. So all monerans, they include bacteria. In the next class we'll be reading about the bacteria and its kinds, right? Regarding the protists, when I say here, this includes some parasitic animal. Why are we studying different kinds of life forms of this group? It's because some of them also cause us diseases, and they also participate in natural processes. So here the example for example of this protist, you can include